Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. RowPaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
It's time for the Lithia Ford of Boise Postgame Show from Bronco Nation News. We're breaking down the game with highlights, interviews, analysis, and most importantly, you. Give your thoughts on the game in the YouTube chat or Facebook comments, and we'll include the best ones on the show. Check out LithiaFordBoise.com to view their full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Now let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show from Bronco Nation News.
Hey, how we doing, Boise State fans? Let me know if you can hear me okay, but Boise State wins this one 73-69. My name is BJ Rains. Colin Mitchell is here as well, and this is the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show presented by Lithia Ford. They will purchase your used vehicle from you. They'll make you a cash offer on the spot, even if you don't buy from them. So head on into Lithia Ford of Boise there on Fairview Avenue. Check them out, LithiaFordBoise.com. We appreciate their sponsorship of the post-game show, and it should be a happy one for those of you watching. A lot of you are off work tomorrow, so hopefully you're celebrating with a couple Cutwater Spirits cocktails. We're broadcasting, of course, from the mobile studios, the Cutwater mobile studios, more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. You can pick them up at your local gas station or grocery store. And again, 73-69. It wasn't the prettiest win Boise State has had this season, but at this point, it is all about surviving and moving on to the next game. And Boise State does just that. They survive an onslaught late in the game, a couple crazy three-pointers from UNLV to hang around. But Boise State wins it by 4. The Broncos now 21-6 overall and 11-3 in Mountain West play. The Broncos one game back of San Diego State. Not quite sure if they've clinched a first-round bye yet. I think there's some tiebreaker things to be worked out, but Boise State very close to clinching a first-round bye in the Mountain West tournament as well. And Boise State, again, they don't want the bye. They want the championship, as Max Rice said in the postgame, and you'll hear from him shortly. We're not playing for second place. We want that first-place championship. So a huge game that we'll talk about against New Mexico, 8:30 on Wednesday, and then another big game against San Jose on Saturday. Two huge games that all could culminate if they win them both with first place on the line when San Diego State comes to town next Tuesday. So a lot on the line these next couple of games. There was a lot on the line tonight. And how about Marcus Shaver Jr. down the stretch? 8 for 8 from the foul line. He made 6 there in the final moments to seal the game. And, he said he was thinking back to that first game of the season against South Dakota State when he missed a couple of free throws. And he said, he's not going to let that happen again. And he goes 6 for 6 in the final minute. And give Marcus Shaver Jr. a ton of credit. He was frustrated. He was bickering at some players for not passing him the ball at some point. He was mad he didn't get a foul call. He went on the bench and just kind of looked like he was just steaming there sitting on the bench. But he put all that behind him, blocked it out, came back in and was very impressive in the final minute of the game. Excuse me there. But Boise State, again, 73-69. Shaver finishes with 19 points. He had 17 from Max Rice, 13 from Najee Smith, and 11 from Tyson Degenhart. But, we got to, right off the bat, give some love to Lucas Milner. 9 points in 16 minutes for Lucas Milner, and he led the team with a plus 21. When Lucas Milner was on the floor, Boise State outscored UNLV by 21 points. That's not something we thought we'd probably be saying. And as my good buddy Travis Hawks texted me, he said, that's why you don't give up on a guy like Lucas Milner, because, Leon could have buried him down the bench and given up on him, and he didn't. And he's been huge in the last couple of games here for Boise State. So we've got a ton to get to. We got highlights that Colin Mitchell's putting together for us. We're going to hear from Leon Rice. We're going to hear from Kevin Kruger, the UNLV coach, as well, to get the opponent's side of this. And we'll hear from Max Rice and Marcus Shaver Jr. But most importantly, we'd like to hear from you on the Idaho Central Credit Union YouTube chat. If you're watching on Facebook or on Twitter, we would prefer you go over to YouTube, interact on the YouTube chat, Idaho Central Credit Union. We appreciate their support. But as I said, youtube.com/Bronco Nation News. Go ahead on there and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd love to have you. We're continuing to build that thing, and it's easiest way to communicate with others in the chat and stuff. If you're communicating through YouTube, you guys can interact back and forth and things like that. And while you're at it, go download our new app. The new Bronco Nation News app is in the App Store and Google Play. It's free, and it takes you to the website, and you can watch all the videos and read all the content and everything right there. As I said, we're broadcasting from the Cutwater Spirits mobile studios. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. Pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. I mentioned Lithia Ford of Boise, lithiafordboise.com. You can do what the Rains family did. We're very happy with our F-150, and you can as well. But even if you don't want to purchase from them, they will still give you a cash offer on the spot for your used vehicle, and you can get more information lithiafordboise.com. I mentioned Idaho Central Credit Union. We appreciate them. Their mobile e-branch online banking, so easy to use. And the Rains family and Bronco Nation News, so happy that we made the switch. You can transfer money so easily, deposit checks. The mobile e-branch online banking is just very, very easy to use. So if you're not happy with your bank, your banking needs, flip over to Idaho Central Credit Union, and you will not be disappointed. Let's check out some of the comments. We got some highlights coming here from Colin, and shortly I mentioned some of the interviews as well. But we want to hear from you, most importantly, here on the postgame show. This is your show. We started out with Grand Tetons. Good game. Boise really needs some better refs, though. Click the like button if you were sweating until the end. Yeah, I'll take that. Go ahead and keep clicking the like button. That was a wild one, according to Sam, and yes, it was. Big free throws down the stretch, and it was a back-and-forth game. May not have the stats, but Naj is the player of the game. Flying around, giving up his body on highlight reel play is huge. Yeah, he had one dunk where he was just standing underneath the basket and just jumped up and dunked it after getting the offensive rebound. He did finish with 13 points, and he had, 4 rebounds, and he did make 5 of 5 from the foul line, was 4 of 6 from the field in 29 minutes. He did have 3 turnovers, but he also had 3 blocks. So I thought that was a big play that Najee Smith, a couple big plays Najee Smith had, but he had a couple big dunks that were huge for Boise State. Preston saying Naj was definitely the energy. Defense was weak guarding the 3. Grand Teton agrees about Najee, but looked physical. It was a very physical game, actually. Kareem the Dream, we got to talk about you for a minute here, Mr. It's a great win, Bronco Nation. Happy we pulled it off. On to the next one. We should have put in the video, Colin. We can get it. Colin says he can get it. Maybe I should hold off on my criticism of Kareem the Dream. But he had the our friend Kareem the Dream was out there for the half court shot attempt tonight, and he came pretty close, right? He was the closest of the 3, I believe. But Kareem the Dream got to shoot the half court shot, and also almost made Bronco Nation News history by making the half court shot there during the timeout. So we'll get the footage at some point. No rush, Colin. We'll do the interviews and stuff, but that had to be cool for Kareem the Dream to be out there. And yeah, almost put it down, man. We had the video going. We could have made that thing viral if it had gone down, and it nearly did. Najee and Shaver played great. Milner stepping up. Yeah, I mean, you can't say enough about Lucas Milner and what that means for this team moving forward if he's able to continue to provide anything close to that. He had 5 points, 5 rebounds in that Colorado State game. Had a big putback late in the game. Had a big block, and then tonight, as we said, 9 points. And the biggest thing is plus 21. I mean, he changed the game when he was out there. Boise State was plus 21 on the floor. It was a game high, and so he was huge. I thought that he was big. The crowd was announced at 11,004, was the exact attendance, 11,004. They were not loud for a good chunk of the game. They did get into it late. They were real big on some of the defensive possessions later in the game. But I heard Section 12 and the Blue Collar Club got a shutout on the postgame show, or during the broadcast. I mentioned during the pregame show that I had talked to the play-by-play guy, and he was maybe gonna try to sneak that in there. So that was nice to hear. Let's see. Kurt Blake, I called it. He's saying I'm having a Cutwater. Believe me, if I could, I would be. I would love to be having a Cutwater right now. The Mai Tai, the Long Island iced tea. I mean, they're all tremendous. And if I could sneak one in here and have it, I would love to have one. Believe me, that's not the reason that we were not on the air yet. But I hope you guys are enjoying the Cutwaters. I will be going home and probably having one. Let's see, back-to-back games where the opposing team has an unreal night shooting. Yep, and guess what? You're 2-0. So, I mean, maybe I was thinking about this, and I didn't ask Leon. I'm going to wait till we do our media stuff on like Tuesday. But Boise State really hasn't played a great game in a couple of weeks. They're winning some of these games, but I really feel like they've got a lot of room to still grow. And so I think it's a great sign for Boise State that they've probably still got another gear they can take things here moving forward. And yet, Colin, try not to shake the table if you can. Where it's shaking the screen here, but I think there's another gear that Boise State can get to. So I think you're winning games, but you're not playing perfect. And I think that's a good sign that you can still hopefully get to that next level and win this thing and keep winning. Maybe a championship and going go on a high note into the tournament and things like that. We do have some highlights that have just come into the system here, courtesy of our friend Colin Mitchell. And let's take a look at some highlights here. Boise State again. 73-69 was the final. I'm going to have my notes ready here for the plays here, but a big crowd on hand tonight. Only 2 home games remaining in his Boise State career, and he mentioned that he was getting a little emotional thinking about that. But big crowd on hand, and Boise State got going early. Nice play there. First on Chibuzo Abo gets the shot that tied the game at 2 at that point. But UNLV got going a little bit. They hit a couple shots. There's Webster. Webster was 3 of 5 from three-point range. He was telling the crowd to shush a little bit. But a little history as well. Marcus Shaver Jr. with that free throw gets to 1,000 career points as a Bronco. Now you throw in the points from Portland, and he's almost getting close to 2,000. But 1,000 at Boise State. There's Lucas Milner with a nice putback. Boise State's still down at this point. But Max Rice gets going. He hits the 3 that ties the game at 9-9 there early in the first half. But UNLV, they were hitting some shots. That was Jordan McCabe from the corner. There's Marcus Shaver Jr. driving to the rack. That tied the game at 14-14 in the early going. And again, Colin Mitchell with these highlights. We appreciate him for taking them and editing them. Degenhart gets the bucket there, ties the game at 16. But UNLV put a little run together, hit some shots. That was a 3 from Shane Noel right there, the lefty. Noel again hits the 3 back-to-back. That made it 22-19 at that point. This made it 26-19, a 7-point lead for UNLV. But Boise State finally got going. You have Marcus Shaver there with the bucket and the foul. Najee Smith really got going. He had 7 straight for Boise State. The free throw tied the game. And then this was a big play. There was a scramble, a couple extra passes. Degenhart from the corner hits the 3. That put Boise State up 29-27 at this point late in the first half. But there's our man Webster again hitting another 3. This here he is shushing the crowd. That puts UNLV up. Max Rice sticks with it after the first one, gets it back, scores. Boise State again 31-30 have the lead late in the half. It was a kind of an interesting final minute or so. There's a Max Rice bucket with 55 seconds left. You had a couple different plays where they end up calling some fouls. That was Boise State ball. They didn't like the call there. And then here's the play where they end up calling a flagrant one. If you watch Harkless, he kind of grabs and pulls down Max Rice as he was walking forward. And that was a big play because that gave 2 free throws for Max Rice. And then Boise State got the ball as well. Here's Rice at the foul line. Makes both free throws. That put Boise State up 37-32. And then late in the half, Lucas Milner with like 1 second left ends up getting – oh, that was second half, sorry. But Lucas Milner did score on a free throw with 1 second left. Boise State led 38-32 at the half. You go to the second half there. Great play for Najee Smith on the dunk. Nice pass from Max Rice. Degenhart scores there. This puts Boise State up 44-40 on the two-pointer there from Degenhart. But UNLV not going away. 2-point game with 15 minutes to go. Najee Smith going to work as you heard somebody on the bench. Nice little awkward shot there. Puts Boise State up 46-42 with 12-14 to go. Then you had Max Rice hitting the 3. Nice little step back, pump fake. That works pretty well for him. Boise State up 49-45 with 10:57 to go in the game. Jace Whiting getting some playing time in this one, and he gets a nice layup there. Boise State extends the lead to 6. UNLV comes right back, though. Jackie Johnson III hits the 3. Boise State's lead cut to 51-48. Here's Lucas Milner inside. Nice little dunk here after he gets the ball. Boise State up 5, 8 minutes to go at this point. Nice block from Max Rice there, throwing the ball out of bounds. Boise State was kind of just had that lead at like 5 to 7 points for a good chunk of the game. Look at that one from Lucas Milner, going up and under with the one-handed slam. That was nice as well. Boise State up by 7 at this point. Marcus Shaver Jr. doesn't get the call, big surprise, but he gets the layup. Boise State up 6 with 4:27 to go. Luke, that was the standing dunk from Najee Smith, puts Boise State up 5. Couple big shots from UNLV, but Marcus Shaver Jr. gets the goaltend call there. 3:02 to go. Boise State led 65-61 at that point. You had a nice alley-oop here to David Muka. That made it a 2-point game with 2 minutes to go. Max Rice, nice little floater here. Boise State back up by 4. Marcus Shaver Jr. at the free throw line. Going to make a couple free throws. They could have ended the game here. They called a foul with 3 seconds left. I'm not really sure where the foul was. It was away from the ball, but Shaver hits 2 more free throws, makes it 73-69 there, the final score, as Boise State goes on to win it. UNLV misses the shot at the buzzer. Boise State hangs on. Final score 73-69. A nice victory for Boise State. The crowd was excited about that one. And again, Boise State improving to 21-6 overall, 11-3 in Mountain West play. And again, Colin Mitchell, the highlights are a courtesy of him, so we appreciate him for getting those and putting that package together as well. And again, we're going to have some interviews coming up. We're going to hear from Leon Rice. We're going to hear from Marcus Shaver Jr. We're going to hear from Max Rice. And we're going to hear from Kevin Kruger, the head coach at UNLV as well, his thoughts on the game. Let's see where we're at here. Let's see. Sounds good. Milner time. Yes, Milner time. Go, Luke. If Milner can give us 10-plus points in March, good chance repeating as Mountain West champs. Milner did a great job tonight. Not impressed by the late call and the flop by the refs. Milner and Whiting, second game in a row. Milner and Whiting both played well off the bench, even though hoping to see more from Kobe Young. Not sure at this point if that's going to happen. You might be a little too late to just get a big impact from Kobe Young, but he can come in and play some defense. And as Jordan jokingly says, start hydrating for Wednesday. 8:30 start. It's a late start. I'm sure some folks will use that as an excuse that it's too late, but you're hoping that's a sellout, and that place should be rocking on Wednesday night. New Mexico coming to town. They looked very impressive. They got their starting point guard, Jalen House, back, and they crushed San Jose State on the road the other day. So they're looking good, and that's going to be a tough game for Boise State coming up here. Agree to the too many threes last few games, but need more defense. Nice finish, Shaver on the foul line. Let's go. Mike says Najee brings so much in his game, his big-time difference. Same goes for Milner in the second half, big-time minutes for him. Hope that boosts his confidence. Milner's play seemed to regress early in the season. Last 2 games, just the opposite. A great play. Way to step up, Milner. Congratulations. Let's see. Love that Jace went with Jace down the stretch, added a ball handler, great composure. Yeah, I mean, part of that, David, as you know, is because Chibuzo Abo had fouled out, so you had to put somebody else in there, and you'd probably rather have him in there for his ball handling and free throws than like a Pavle or somebody. But yeah, part of it was Abo fouling out. Abo did not play well tonight. Was kind of done in by the foul trouble. 30 minutes, he was 1 for 7 from the field, only had 2 points and fouled out, so it was not a great game for him. Bill thought UNLV had too many offensive boards that turned into second or third shot points. Let's see what the rebounding numbers here were. Let's see. Second chance points, UNLV had 12. So, yeah, 12 second chance points for UNLV. Milner's dunks were awesome. Kareem said he was trying to sink it for y'all, really thought it was going in. Big game Wednesday. Need to work and hit the outside shots. Congratulations. Good for Milner. Did Naismith predict the score tonight? No, he didn't, and it was funny. I didn't get it on tape, but after the media session the other day, Leon said that he needed Naismith to predict to lose about 12 teeth so he could have a 12-point win. He said he would have gladly taken that, but no, Naismith I don't think came through with a stat prediction for tonight's game. The stats do look bad for Buzo, but he locked the UNLV's best player most of the game. Yeah, he did play pretty good defense. That's something we need to, need to point out. With his defense was pretty good. JD, yeah, I got to say hi. That was good. Yeah, it was good to chat with you, sir. Refs tried to give it to UNLV with the 3.2 seconds left on the foul call. Yeah, I didn't really see much there. That was a weird away from the ball kind of foul trouble. They had gotten through it, and then the game should have probably been over. All-time great, and Leon Rice did say that we'll hear in the postgame here in a minute that whenever they decide to put up numbers or things on the wall or in the rafters or wherever, Marcus Shaver Jr. is someone that probably deserves to have his name up there at some point with the greats at Boise State. How many minutes did Milner get in the second half? You're putting me on the spot here, but I'll try to grab the box score for the second half. That's first half. Let's see here. Sorry, I don't have it on me. Second half box score, Lucas Milner got 5 minutes, 47 seconds. He had 4 points, 5 minutes, 47 seconds for Lucas Milner in the second half. Feels like not too long ago, UNLV is one of the top dogs in the conference. How the times have changed. 7 straight wins for Boise. I think it might even be 8. Yeah, it's 6 or 7, but coming in, I think it might be 8 now in a row over UNLV. That was in the game notes. I'll have to check on that. Plus 29, yeah, plus 21. Yep, Sam, that we talked about that earlier. That's true. Need Milner time to close out the season. Way to go. Shaver was pushing the back at the end. Yes, he was. Milner had 6 minutes in the second half, and James would know. He's one of the statisticians that does the stats for the game. So if James says 6, it was 6. And I never know how to do it because now they count the seconds. They used to not do that, but now they count the seconds. So if he plays 5 minutes and 47 seconds, is that actually 6 minutes? It's actually not. He played 5 minutes and 46 seconds. So I don't know what the proper way is of rounding up or how they do that when it comes to the actual minutes for players. But we got Leon Rice, we got Kevin Kruger, we got some players, we got a lot of interviews that we want to get to here, so don't go anywhere. But I do want to tell you about a couple of our great sponsors here before we get to the interviews. Transcomservice.com, transportation compliance service. If you're looking for a job, look no further than the trucking industry, and Transcom Service can help you out every step of the way with the permits and things you need. They can get you out there towing that first load in no time. And I'm talking the big rig on your screen, the Amazon truck in your neighborhood, any kind of delivery vehicle. They can get you the permits and things that you need. Get more information, check them out, transcomservice.com. You looking for a dentist? BoiseDentistryCode.com. Look no further. Our friend Dr. Chris Miner does a tremendous job. He's got 5 locations across the Treasure Valley, Caldwell, Mountain Home, everywhere in between. BoiseDentistryCode.com, full family dentistry, and just a very friendly environment. And it's just, they make going to the dentist fun, all the newest technology. So if you're looking for a new dentist, support a sponsor, BoiseDentistryCode.com. You will not be disappointed. And let them know you heard about it from Bronco Nation News. United Commercial Insurance as well, 229-8222. They make United Commercial Insurance. They make business insurance easy. They can write business policies in 44 states around the country, so they can help you out pretty much anywhere, and they can lower your rate with a quick call. So if you're a business owner, you handle the insurance for the business, let United Commercial Insurance help you out. 229-8222. And of course, our friends at Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com. They got 13 Idaho locations. They got that new app you need to go download. Search Ridley's in the App Store. Download their new app, and then when you take it into one of their locations, for the Rains family, it's usually the Cuna location, the Star location as well sometimes. But you get up to 40% off using their app on a lot of different specials and deals and things they have. So make sure you check out shopridleys.com to find the location near you. But download that Ridley's app in the App Store and take advantage of all of their savings. Let's who do we want to hear from first? We'll check the comment line one more second here. Let's see what we got. I think Deggy could be the all-time leading scorer. Yeah, if he stays 4 years, he certainly has a chance. That would be really cool if Boise State did a Ring of Honor type thing for basketball and football players. Yeah, don't get me started on that. The football one should have happened a long time ago with a Ring of Honor type thing, and that's certainly something I think they should do. And basketball, I mean, a guy like Derek Marks, how his number is not hanging from the rafters. I mean, Tanaka Beard, some of the legends of Boise State basketball, you would think that they should be up there. And yeah, I know it has something to do, I think, with the arena. I mean, there's not a single banner hanging in this entire arena right now. So I think it has something to do with the fact that the university owns the arena, not the athletics department. But it's pretty crazy. I mean, I was at Colorado State the other night, and their banners looked like they should be hanging in Bora High. I mean, they were, pretty crappy looking and looked like childish, but they had like 50, 60 banners all around the arena. And you come in here and there's not a single banner that talks about the history of Boise State basketball. And that needs to change. That's not right. and they have them hanging in their practice gym. But I mean, that's nothing. You know, the Mountain West Championship on the first home game of the season, they should have unveiled that banner up there to all the people here in the arena. So I think it has something to do with the university owning it. So I'm probably talking out of place here, but if there's any way to change that and get some banners in the arena, I think it needs to happen, because I think that you need some more history here with what you have at Boise State, and some of the legends need to be honored by for fans, and the championships you've had and the NCAA tournament appearances and things like that should be on display somewhere in this arena. I mean, even when you walk in the lobby, maybe you have a trophy case or something. I don't know, but I think there's more they could do than what they do to this point. So we're going to start getting to some interviews here. Let's see what we got. I got a lot here in the queue here. So let's start with we'll start with Shaver and Max Rice. How about we go Shaver and Max Rice talking to the media after the game?
From the line, you hit some clutch ones down the stretch. Just take us through that moment and what it meant to come through.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the first game of the season where I missed those 2 free throws, and I was telling them I can't go out like that again. So that's what I was thinking about at the line, but it's good to knock them down for once. So
there was one point where you were under the basket and they finally called a foul, and you just let out this scream of relief. How nice was it to finally get a foul call, and you kind of feel like you've been almost fighting an uphill battle all year with that?
Yeah, for sure. I'm just a competitor. I mean, I love getting foul calls. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody does, and I'm just a competitor at the end of the day. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Marcus, maybe you'll reflect on it after the season, I don't know, but score your 1,000th career point as a Boise State men's basketball player tonight. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot. Just being here at this program, playing for Coach, my teammates, it means a lot. I didn't even know I scored 1,000, to be honest. I didn't know I was that close to 12 told me, and but it means a lot. I'm happy, but there's other things we're trying to achieve here, and yeah.
Max, well, I mean, just at this point, I know style points maybe don't matter as much. It's just find ways to win games like this, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're one of the better quad 3 teams in the nation, so we were a little worried about them. And you saw the potential they had to make threes. And if you don't help, they're going to drive and lay it in. So they're super athletic. We knew that coming in, and they put up a great fight. And I think it was a good Mountain West game tonight.
Marcus, when you're at the line, those last 6 free throws in the last minute, how do you clear your mind and just focus on making the shot?
Just breathe. Breathing is a big part of that. And just knowing I've been in that situation before, like I said, so just one shot at a time. It's money.
Well, Lucas tonight, you guys were plus 21 when he was on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
You had a couple of big finishes. Max, I'll start with you, but what do you think of Lucas tonight?
Yeah, I think that's 2 straight games he's made a difference for us. Last game at Colorado State, he had that block down the stretch. This game, he had 2 pivotal buckets and a couple shot-altering contests too. So I think he does a lot of things for our team that can change a game, and that's 2 big games for us in a row. And if we lose those, it's not looking too good for us. So shout out Lucas. It's amazing. Huge plays on the stretch.
What do you think about the way Lucas played for those finishes too?
Yeah, Lucas, man, came in and changed the game. Just the little things that he did, like 12 said, the block shot at Colorado, the old boards that he does, and sets amazing screens. So I just love playing with him, and just proud of him for real.
UNLV made 2 3-pointers in that final minute to keep it as a close game. How good did it feel to be able to pull out the lead, not succumb to the pressure?
It felt good. Those are 2 tough 3-pointers that we did not expect for them to make, but we just kept our composure and just knocked down free throws.
Marcus, it looked like you were pretty frustrated out there, barking at teammates or with the ref. It just seemed like there was a point there where it was teetering. You were a little frustrated, I guess. And obviously, to get rid of all that and come back and make those shots at the end, what was going on there, I guess, and how were you able to kind of put the frustration beside you?
Yeah, I was fired up. I mean, like I said, I'm a competitor, and that side of me just came out, and I gotta do better. I gotta be better with that, and just be in control of my emotions, and just not let it show out like that. So
you're all good with all
I'm good. I'm chilling. Yeah.
You guys both seem to be able to put things behind you. Max, I think you missed there was the technical free throw, and then a couple seconds later you go and hit the floater. How are you guys able to kind of overcome, a mistake and then come right back and, make it up?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing from my growth last year to this year is just being able to flush that kind of stuff and just being able to move on to the next play. So I think that's the biggest thing with my game is just flush that free throw miss and then make the floater because I think it changed the game a little bit. I wish I would have made the free throw, but Shave got my back on this one and made all 6 of his or 8 of his. So shout out Shave for that one.
You guys stay one game back, first place. Obviously, you both were part of last year's team and want to do it again. I mean, how I guess with 4 games to go here, you're right there, with a chance to go back to back. I mean, how badly do you guys want that opportunity here?
I mean, we really want it, obviously. We know how the feeling of storming the court and winning it all, so we obviously want that again. That's what we've been working towards. We're not playing to get second, so we're going to leave it all out there on these last. We only got 4 games left till the tournament, so we're going to play really hard. And we got a bunch of home games, too, so that's good for us, and we're going to try to win all these games on the stretch.
You guys are both fighting through injuries right now. As an athlete, how much do you just take over with desire at this point in the season and not worry about those injuries?
I mean, we're vets. We know it's part of the game. People get injured. But Coach does a good job of load management, and we're good at just getting to see Adam every day and just taking care of our injuries so we're able to play.
Marcus, what does it mean for you to be, 4 games left, kind of right, the goal you had before the season's still right there attainable, and you got the teams you want to be playing coming up? I mean, 4 big games left. Just what's it like at this point in the season to be right there and you can almost, taste it again?
Oh, we're hungry. Everybody in the locker room's hungry. We know we're so close to our goal. We can't take 1 game off, so we just got to come in with a 1-game mentality and just be ready to fight every game. We know nothing's given in the Mountain West, so.
Is it sinking in at all that you only get to do this 2 more times at ExtraMile Arena?
Yeah, it did hit me. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I came out of the locker room and I seen all the fans cheering and stuff, it did hit me for a minute. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. I don't want to get emotional up here, but.
I mean, this is it for you at the college level. I mean, coming down the home stretch. I mean, it says that it hits you. Is it also hitting you like this is your shot to make an impact and leave the last part of your legacy here?
Yeah, for sure. It just sucks. I'm not gonna be able to be out there with them next year and not being able to come practice with them every day and just spend time with them. But yeah, I definitely want to leave a legacy here at this program. I'm just excited. I mean, yeah, it's bittersweet at the end of the day, but I'm just excited for what this team can accomplish this year.
Max, what do you think about with everything that happened, how close that game was against New Mexico to get a shot at them on Wednesday night?
Yeah, I think they're playing really well again. They just beat San Jose by a lot, so we know we're going to get a tough one no matter what, so we'll be ready.
Naj is like so unpredictably consistent with the way that he kind of finishes sometimes.
Yeah.
What do you think of a couple of his finishes tonight? He obviously got the block, Tyson gets blocked and somehow he dunks it, and then earlier in the game he's doing push-ups after he gets an and one.
Yeah, he got that from his JUCO days, I think. But the good thing about Naj is he can honestly do that at any level because he's so unorthodox. Like, you think he's spinning, nope, he's going here. Like, he always shoots this weird underhand and gets an and one, and then his shot's like sideways, but it goes in. So he kind of just tricks everyone with that. But he's just a good player, and I think he's really coming into his own right now, and he's going to be a big part of the success we have in these last months.
Well, there they are, Max Rice, Marcus Shaver Jr., speaking with the media after the game. A nice discussion going in the ICCU YouTube chat here about what numbers or names should be up in the rafters of ExtraMile Arena. Agree with a lot of these. You got, let's see, Drimmick, second leading scorer, Tanaka Beard first. They need to be in the rafters. Nathaniel Wilder wants to get Tromp involved, get Dickey involved. Chris Childs. You got Drimmick, Shaver, Beard, Trent Johnson, Marks, Childs, Coach Rice, all good ideas for banners. Bobby Dye. You mentioned Coach Rice. I mean, at some point it's probably going to be Leon, as Johnny jokes about, Leon Rice family court. But speaking of Leon Rice, he's just making his way here. Nice was watching some film or doing something. Coach Rice just walking by us here. He's working hard here after this one. So Bobby Dye is another one here. You got Clyde Dickey, Steve Connor, Pat Hoke, Trent Johnson, Ron Austin, a few names there. Hutchison. First round pick, I guess, maybe, but let's see. Free throws were important. UNLV outscored us in the second half. Could have been a real problem. Let's see what else we got here. We got Leon Rice. We also have Kevin Kruger. And let's go ahead and Kareem the Dream. This is your moment, man. Kareem the Dream. Let's see if I got it here. Kareem the Dream shot. Here we go. Had a chance at the half quarter. Our man Kareem the Dream. Here we go, Kareem. Dude, first of all, I love how they called him Kareem the Dream. Gets the shout out. The shot almost goes in. It was in and out. We got the slow-mo here. I love it. They, called him Kareem the Dream there, Joey Jenkins. And we need the one shining moment music playing behind here if this had gone in. It was in and out and almost went down. We almost had history for Kareem the Dream here on that one, but so close. And again, Kareem, nice effort, man. We would have loved to have seen that go in, but it was pretty cool that you still got to go out there and take the halftime shot. Hey, our friends at the Blue and Orange Store at theblueandorangestore.com want to remind you they're offering free shipping on any order over $40. That's right, free shipping any order over $40 at theblueandorangestore.com, or you can just go into their location right there at the Boise Town Square Mall, the second floor next to Pro Image. They got all the Degenhardt shaver, all the NIL shirts. They have the coaches sideline apparel. They got the retro logo sweatshirts, all that good stuff. So check out the Blue and Orange Store. Matt Bauscher Real Estate, the number one ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher, 243-8222. You get more information at bauscherrealestate.com. No home is too big or too small for Matt Bauscher and his team. They'll take care of you, and you can support a former player in the process. He was fired up tonight. Saw him getting into it there on the sidelines. bauscherrealestate.com. The number one ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher. And save the date, June 2nd, Timberstone Golf Course. We're going to hear from Leon Rice, Kevin Kruger in just a minute, but I want to remind you to save the date, June 2nd, for the second annual Bronco Nation News Golf Tournament, Timberstone Golf Course. There's going to be some coaches playing, some players playing. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, and really looking forward to June 2nd at Timberstone Golf Course. It's going to be a beautiful day and a lot of fun. And if we get enough interest, we'll even have a morning and an afternoon session. So, we are giving, it's going to be first come, first serve. But if you played last year, you will get preference to play again. But I'm expecting this to sell out, so don't wait. And when we put the tickets on sale sometime this week, jump in now, and you'll get breakfast, you'll get lunch, you'll get drinks on the course. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to help a good cause, as a portion of the proceeds are going to benefit the Idaho Youth Sports Commission. So make sure you save the date, June 2nd at Timberstone Golf Course. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh dear, Kareem the Dream. He says, tell Coach Rice I need a walk-on spot. James says, hell of an effort for Kareem. Thanks for recording that, guys. Logan says, gotta fill the stands on Wednesday. Grand Tetons really nervous for that game. They looked like a different game with and without Jalen House. Probably going to the Blue and Orange Store to get my cousin some gear for the game. Chase, when you do, please tell them to make sure that you thank them for their advertising with Bronco Nation News. So make sure you tell them to tell their manager or tell their owner that you're appreciative of their sponsorship of Bronco Nation News, and that's why you're going in there. So I would really appreciate that, Chase, if you can, because we want them to keep on to advertise with us. So all of our great sponsors, we hope that you'll consider using them, and when you do, please tell them that it's because you're thanking them for supporting us at Bronco Nation News. These are, these shows are a free service to you, and it's all because of our sponsors. We could not do these free shows on social media without our sponsors, so we are very thankful for them. UNLV coach Kevin Kruger, he met with the media post-game. Colin Mitchell was nice enough to go over and get the interview with Kevin Kruger. Again, the final score was 73-69. As everybody knows, Kevin Kruger's dad, Lon Kruger, legendary coach for a number of years. I think he's a Hall of Fame coach. If not, he will be in the near future. But Kevin took over at UNLV, was an assistant coach, took over when TJ Otzelberger went back to Iowa State. This is Kevin's second year, I believe, and had him like a 12-0 or 12-1, got off to a great start. They've struggled a little bit of late, but they are 16-11, 5-10 in league. And here's what the opposing coach had to say after the game.
Made a difference in the game, especially in the final few minutes. So you're close, but couldn't quite catch up or get over that.
Yeah, just a rebound here. I thought we even down the stretch we forced some tough shots, but kind of by that point there was a little bit of a rhythm, and unfortunately they went in. A couple shots that I still think were they would have. I just thought both teams did a really good job competing us, trying to force a tough shot, them trying to get a good shot. But at the end of the day, shots still went in. So, a great second half in a lot of ways, a lot of great fight, and for our five that hadn't played together, they come and battle like that in a really tough place to play with a guy like Vagan Hart. No moral victory to it, but at the same time, it could have gone the other direction pretty easily.
You wanted to see your guys come out swinging tonight. What intensity on defense did you see from your guys?
Just that. I thought, this is a group that has been really good defensively when we put out fires for each other. In a game with a team like Boise that's going to continuously challenge you and compete to get really good shots, you've got to fight like crazy, because it's not the first one. It's not. It's not. Sometimes it's not the second one. You're going to have to put out 3, 4, 5 fires, and I thought, especially in the first half, I thought the guys did a really good job of that.
How do you want to see this carry over into the final games of the season?
Well, just that. I mean, it's that simple. You just want to see it carry over. Understanding that the defensive intensity and effort tonight is going to be for a 40-minute. Battle is going to be the minimum of what you're going to need on Friday.
You lost 3 in a row, but would you say that this game, the way that you competed down the stretch, is a sign that you guys are still together and the team is still sort of fighting?
Well, without a doubt. I mean, I don't think Boise, just from all the film and playing them last time, I don't think they took the guys lightly. I thought that they were, they were revved up and ready to go, and they're still compete for the championship, and so I thought we got a really good punch from Boise, but this is a group that we blew an EP, and went out there and kind of were asked to do some things. Some guys were, but just because of where we were at from a roster standpoint, we couldn't have asked any more. Couldn't be made any more proud of what they went out there and tried to accomplish.
What did you see on the Shaver foul against McCabe? You guys played good defense.
And I'm sure you got a better look at it than me.
Well, I mean, you guys are fighting for your lives and stuff like that. It can be frustrating, and I'm sure it's not cool just going, hey, that's what happens on the road.
Yeah, I mean, but being honest, I'll kind of kidding aside, it was hard for me to tell if there was anything that looked outside the norm. So, unfortunately, I gotta leave it there.
Well, there he is, Kevin Kruger, the coach of UNLV. Hopefully you enjoy hearing the opposing team's coach. We try to do that when we can. We appreciate Colin for going over and getting that. We're going to hear from Leon Rice, the Boise State coach, here in just a minute. We'll check the ICCU YouTube chat, so make sure you get those comments in, your thoughts, your questions. We need to give away our Matt Bauscher player of the game as well still, so we got a lot to get to. And as I said, another plug for folks that didn't see us at the beginning, go download our app, the new app, the Bronco Nation News app. It's in the App Store and Google Play. We're excited about it, and we hope you'll go download it. It's free, and then you can have it right there on your phone home screen. You can get to the website for our daily coverage. You can watch all of our videos, press conference videos, all that stuff right there. And if you are watching on Facebook or Twitter, we ask you to please subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Bronco Nation News. Go subscribe on YouTube. We're trying to focus on the YouTube channel, and I think at some point we may even stop broadcasting to Twitter and or Facebook. So we're focusing on YouTube. That's the best way for us moving forward. It's the best way for you guys to talk in the chat and things like that. So please go subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/Bronco Nation News. We are broadcasting from the Cutwater Spirits mobile studios. Appreciate Cutwater Spirits. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. You can pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. It's like 2 for $7, and I'm sure a lot of you are enjoying those tonight or wish you were, because that was a game that you have to take a deep breath and have a cut water and move on to the next one. Ropaint.com. They still have that 15% off deal, as I said earlier in the show. BNN15 is the promo code, BNN15, and it gets you 15% off the interior painting of your home at your local gas station or grocery store. And they're taking those, they're scheduling for the spring now on the concrete coating. So make sure you consider them for that concrete coating for your back patio, your garage, your basement. You won't be disappointed with that as well. And I mentioned Lithia Ford of Boise, the title sponsors of our post-game show here, as we got Coach Rice interview coming up momentarily. They will buy your used vehicle. And the unique thing about that is you don't have to buy from them, or you don't have to trade in. They will just give you a cash offer on the spot and buy your car, even if you don't buy from them. So I doubt you'll find a better deal elsewhere, but if you do, LithiaFordBoise.com, and you can go on there to their showroom in Boise on Fairview Avenue, and they will offer you, again, a cash offer on the spot. Idaho Central Credit Union, their mobile online e-branch banking, so easy to use. We appreciate Idaho Central Credit Union for their support of Bronco Nation News. If you're looking for a new, better banking experience, don't wait. Make the switch to Idaho Central Credit Union today. Again, ICCU.com. You can get more information, and we're very happy, the Raines family and Bronco Nation News, that we made the switch to ICCU, so we're very thankful for them. Let's hear from your head coach, Leon Rice. After the game, Boise State again wins 73-69. Here's Coach Rice on the win.
Marcus with the free throws down the stretch.
Ooh, yeah, that's what you got to do to win the close games, and those guys stepped up and did it. And that was a battle, like we know, everyone, it's a rinse, lather, repeat in this league. We come in and we talk about how good the other team is and how physical and how aggressive and how well coached, and then you're on to the next one, which is the same thing. I mean, this league has been great, and we embrace the competition. Our guys have been fabulous in the fact that you have to play good to win these games. You have to do some, you don't have to be perfect in making your shots, but you have to get stops when you need them, make free throws when you need them, do whatever it takes. And these guys have been doing that, and that's a great quality to have and an impressive quality to have.
Marcus was saying, he feels the intensity of these games, late February, and that he's got a hunger to finish all this off.
Yeah.
What did you see out of your team tonight in terms of their hunger?
And they just do it. Like I said, they're not perfect, and there's things I'd love that we could do better. But I always say that we do the most important thing well, and that's finding a way to win. So I'm not going to nitpick about that. Yeah, we're trying to get better at a lot of the things we need to get better at. But what a great quality for a team to have is that winning character.
Marcus is just an unreal competitor, but oftentimes he does that kind of quietly. And tonight, he had his emotions on his sleeve and stuff. Is that a good thing at times? And what did you see from him?
Yeah, and that's what we've been pushing all these guys. Like I said at the start of February, I said the player-led team will win this league, and we're making big strides in that. And just because you're quiet doesn't mean you can't do it in your own way. You don't have to be. Everyone's not the same. And just do it in your own way, but you got to do it. The job has to be done, and he's doing it.
Do you know who led you in plus minus tonight?
Lucas Milner. That's a huge. And he was 9 points off 3 shots, efficient, and I probably should have had more minutes for him. But you have your guys that you're secure with, and he has more like that and more minutes like that. I'm going to be really secure with him too. That's what this team needed, and we don't win that game without him playing the way he did.
It's one thing to want to do something; it's another to actually accomplish it. To see your guys come through when those 3-pointers came down in the final 58 seconds, how did it feel?
Huge, because like I said, it's not about being perfect. It's being able to respond. And they show that. Like Max never misses free throws. He missed a free throw. Or next play, he makes that little floater. That was tremendous. That's a great response, because that could bother you that you missed a free throw, because he never does, and he missed 2 of them tonight. But doesn't matter. And then everybody, we got a group that's really good at that, and got to keep getting those young guys better at that. But we got a group that's pretty dang resilient. They just keep in the ring and keep fighting, and pretty soon the punch lands, and that's the knockout. So I'm really proud of them, though. these games in February are so hotly contested and so intense. And what a great crowd it was, great atmosphere. It worked out perfect. I didn't know tomorrow was a holiday, I guess. So that was but it was awesome. You know, it felt like a high-level basketball game in front of a lot of people, and I think everybody walks out happy and feels great about it.
Naj, these last 3 games, he's playing at a really high level. He scored 17 on 7 shots. Last game, he had 13 on 6 shots tonight.
Yeah.
What do you think about the way he's playing?
Well, you know, it's funny because we just come in here and we have the same conversations a lot. You know, those guys are doing their jobs and they're bringing what they can bring, and they're leaving everything out there. You know, that they play a lot of minutes, a lot of nights, you know, it's a long grind of season, and they're playing at a high level, night in, night out. That's what it takes, and that's, you know, our next one, we need it sold out to the rafters. It's going to be a big one, and the season's been building, and these are the opportunities that you want, and you know, this is exciting, and our guys are embracing it and enjoying every second here, especially at ExtraMile.
How big was that final minute in the first half where you guys, they called the flagrant one, and then you end up getting like I think 6 free throws or something in the last minute?
Yeah, that was big. That was big. And then, you know, they came out second half, regrouped, and cut the lead back. And so, you know, we knew that, I mean, that was a big momentum run, but, you know, we knew that the second half, this was going to be this kind of game, and the way they were defending, and it was going to be a hard-fought game down to the final, and it sure was.
Marcus scored his 1,000th point on a free throw, then ends it with 6 clutch free throws. To have the milestone and then him finish it off with that game, I mean, what's he meant to this program over the last couple of years, and knowing he's only got a couple more home games?
Yeah, and he's really going out the right way. I know that. He's embracing it and giving everything he has. He looks like he's getting healthier and better shape and all that stuff because we played so many games. And but if a guy gets to 1,000 points in a program, it's quite an accomplishment because they've been through a lot. And think about what he's been through, the championship last year and all those great games and all those clutch shots and all the stuff he's done this year, playing through injuries. And I mean, it's impressive. And, you know, he's left his mark on this program, and, you know, he'll be up on the wall someday with a lot of great ones.
I think when he's at the free throw line, right? You probably think like, oh, I'm going to visualize positive things. He said that he was thinking about the free throws he missed in the season opener that ultimately decided the game.
Well, I wouldn't advise that. That's not. I got to have a talk with him about that. Those are dead and gone. But you know, he's a perfectionist. He really is, and I got to keep him away from that because I've yet to see. Oh, wait, I have seen perfection. A Friday night here, I was here. I got to see it. It hasn't happened since We've had a program since 1974, and we got perfection in gymnastics. So I got to see it. So maybe I should have her talk to Marcus. So maybe it is attainable. So it's pretty cool, by the way.
There was a moment about 8 minutes ago where he was a little frustrated that he didn't get a call. He was bickering a little bit. He was wanting some guys to pass him the ball, and then you took him out, and he was sitting there. It looked like he was just kind of fuming for a minute. And how does he put that away?
He does. He does a great job of that, and that's growth by him. Because 2 years ago he couldn't have done that, and if something's hard, you know, and that's what we're working with on all our guys, because that's what, I mean, we don't win that game if we don't regroup. We don't win, you know, I just cited a couple examples of that, and Marcus has gotten so good at that and better. And, you know, it's natural to get an emotional reaction, and it's natural to get frustrated, and it's how you respond that finishes and changes the game.
You've got a couple of key guys that are playing through injuries this season, and probably some other injuries we don't even know about.
True.
How much does desire take over at this point in the season?
It's just grit, toughness. They put so much. We talk about that a lot. They put so much into playing these. They can have time off in May and recover and do. This is what it's about. We love competing. We love being here in front of our fans and that kind of atmosphere. That's why you play college basketball. And so our guys do a good job. We embrace that. And, it's not going to be perfect, but we're just going to fight and keep competing. And that's what these guys do a great job of. They're gritty. They're a gritty group.
The 11 threes they made, a couple crazy ones at the end. But, was it just a Was it just them having a hot night, or was it defense maybe not perfect on some of those?
Yeah, they're good. They're good. I mean, I don't know. There was a couple that if we contest them more, we foul them. I mean, that one from the corner that Max was on at the end, there was a couple. They're shot makers. They're good players. There was a reason why they were 12-1 and 12-3 last time we played them. It's a fine line, but they're a good team and well coached, and they're going to be a factor in the conference tournament for sure, and going forward.
Well, there he is, Leon Rice. Appreciate him for meeting with the media after the game. Again, 73-69 the final. If you got in here late, they're already up, the full highlights from the game, full interviews with Marcus Shaver Jr., Max Rice, Leon Rice, Kevin Kruger, and who was the player for UNLV? I think it was Noel, right? Shane Noel, number 3. Noel, his interview is up on YouTube as well. So Colin Mitchell already has all that on YouTube, and you can go watch all of that. As Perry says, good job, Colin. Yes, agree on that. Logan said, not sure if you guys mentioned it, but we did talk about this. Logan, it was a huge play for Boise State. Huge play. He was huge tonight. He had 9 points and a couple big plays and a couple big dunks, and plus 21 for Lucas Milner. So I thought he was huge. Mike says, love getting the opposing coach interviews. Great addition. Agree with that. Rinse, lather, repeat. Somebody let coach know it's lather, rinse, repeat. Come on, we don't have to get he's coming off a big win here. We don't need to do a nitpick here. Come on, Bill. Chase says, after last year, the close game doesn't bother me as much. Every game came down to the wire. Buzo is the difference in this game, being 15-point win in a close game. Hopefully he gets his mojo back for the next 3 games. Next 4, hopefully, but Shaver and Najee both have a case for player of the game. Let's see. We do need to give away a player of the game, by the way. Let's go. We got to go Marcus Shaver Jr. I know you could give it to some of the other guys there. Lucas Milner had a heck of a game, but making the 6 free throws in the final minute, clinching the game, and a couple of them were 1-and-1s where if you miss the first free throw, all of a sudden UNLV has the ball down 2 or 3 points in the final minute. So I think because of the free throws, because he got over 1,000 career points, Marcus Shaver Jr. is our Matt Bauscher Real Estate player of the game. And again, BauscherRealEstate.com for all of your real estate needs. Jordan loves the gymnastics shout out. Gymnastics perfect 10 was so cool. Love the shout out. Gymnastics shout out. Love it. Killing softball team, killing it too. Yeah, if you missed it on the pregame show, we had Colin Mitchell talking about gymnastics. Colin was there, got video of the perfect 10, and you can read the full story on our website, BroncoNationNews.com, and see the video of the perfect 10 on the uneven bars for Emily Lopez, correct? Had the perfect 10, so congratulations to her. So full coverage of the gymnastics meet is up on the site. And then Colin also covered the women's basketball game. They had a 48-point win, set a record for the biggest margin of victory in a conference game for Boise State since they joined the Mountain West. That was a 48-point win for the Boise State women. And Colin has a nice story up on the website about that as well. You can watch videos with Gordy Presnell and players as well. So a lot of coverage. Interviews with Coach Bird and Emily Lopez are up as well. So full video interviews on our YouTube channel and on the website from gymnastics, from women's basketball. And then again, highlights and interviews are already up from tonight as well. So Dayton says how clutch were the free throws down the stretch. Big win for Texas A&M against Missouri last night, a win that looks really good for Boise State. Could I do gymnastics? No, you don't want to see me come anywhere near. I could maybe do the one where, what's it called? The where you have to, like, the balance beam, I guess. I could maybe walk across that or something, but I don't think any part of gymnastics you want me anywhere near. But Mountain West Tourney is going to be real interesting again. So many good teams. Love how fun this league is. Boise State got a lot of help yesterday. A lot of things went their way. South Dakota State, moving up from quad 4 to quad 3, I think helps. But at this point, I think Boise State just has to keep winning and take care of business. You got 4 games left. If you go 3-1, I think you're in for sure. 2-2, depending on the 2. Could get a little dicey if you win the 2 home games, lose the 2 road games. You don't want to lose at San Jose, but I think that's going to be a tough game on Saturday. So I think 3-1 gets it done. Got to win your 2 home games, though. Got to beat New Mexico on Wednesday, and that's kind of where we wrap this thing up. New Mexico 8:30 on Wednesday. There are tickets available, and you would think that needs to be a sellout, and this place needs to be rocking from the tip because New Mexico is good. I know they've struggled a little bit and lost some games, but they've got some really good players. The two of the top 4 scorers in the league with Mashburn and House and Udezi in the paint. And that was in my 10 years here covering the team, one of the loudest environments I've ever seen, ever heard, ever been involved in. When it was down there at the pit last month. So Boise State fans need to return the favor here and get ExtraMile Arena rocking from start to finish because that's a huge game. If you can beat New Mexico, I think that's a huge game and sets you up nicely for the final 3 games here. And Chase, I think that's what everybody wants. The first NCAA tournament win. That's kind of what this era, this group of players, with Max Rice and Degenhart and Shaver and these guys. I mean, that's last year they set so many records, obviously, and set the program record for wins with 27, won the conference tournament, the regular season, but the kind of one thing left on the resume and checking off for the history books is winning that first NCAA tournament game. And you just got to keep winning, put yourself in position, and hopefully get a decent enough seed and a good matchup and make history. So a lot to be done before then, although it is crazy. We are 3 weeks from Selection Sunday. 21 days from right now, we'll know who Boise State is playing and where, and it's only 3 weeks away. It is pretty crazy to think about, but some big games to be had first, and we'll start it off with New Mexico on Wednesday night at ExtraMile Arena. John Mallory, believe will be here tomorrow, but I'm going to talk to Johnny actually and see if we can switch it to Wednesday because I don't have anybody on Wednesday and I'd like to do it on a game day. So no morning show tomorrow. You can rewatch the postgame show if you like. It's a holiday. I know a lot of people got a lot going on. My kids are home from school. So no morning show tomorrow, but we'll have Jay Tuss on Tuesday and then John Mallory on Wednesday to get you set for the game. So appreciate everybody for checking us out. The announcer said he thinks they can make the Sweet 16. There you go. And yes, last but not least, cannot forget a big win for your St. Louis Battlehawks this afternoon. Got to give the Battlehawks shout out. I mean, the XFL is fun. That was awesome. To be down by like 12 points with a minute to go and score, get the 3-point conversion, then complete the 15-yard pass for the onside kick, and then go down and score again. That was I know Jaden jokingly said the greatest football moment in St. Louis football history. I think winning the Super Bowl will be a little ahead of that, but that was a heck of a comeback, and that was a lot of fun. So, yeah, go Battlehawks. That was fun. So, appreciate everybody for checking us out. Thanks again to all of our sponsors: Lithia, Florida, Boise, RowPaint.com, ICCU, the Blue and Orange Store, TCS, all of our major sponsors, Cutwater Spirits as well. Save the date, June 2nd. Got the golf tournament coming up, and we're going to put that on sale here pretty soon. And go subscribe to YouTube. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button down at the bottom of the screen. Help us out before you get out of here. Tell your friends. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Download our app as well. And please consider a subscription. $6.99 a month or $70 for a full year. It gets you a Bronco Nation News T-shirt. We'll give you a gift card to the Blue and Orange Store and some other goodies. And you get a daily email. You get some exclusive content, recruiting coverage, some shows, a lot of stuff. So we hope, and most importantly, you help us out to be able to do shows like this for over an hour here on a Sunday night after a Boise State win. So thanks everybody for checking us out. Congratulations to you as Boise State fans. 73-69. Again, a nice final, nice win for Boise State, and big one on Wednesday night. So we will talk to you on Tuesday. Bill, subscribe today. We appreciate that, Bill, and we will get you. Send me an email if you haven't already, and we will get you your goodies. And I know there was one that already emailed me a day or two ago that I will deal with tomorrow. But Kareem the Dream saying good night, BNN. Appreciate all of you. Record viewership over an hour on the post-game show tonight, and hour and 4 minutes. And we've got a pretty good amount of people still watching this. So thanks to Colin Mitchell for his work. Thanks to Carson Stawning for the photos and the graphics. And again, most importantly, could not do these shows without your comments, your questions, and your financial support with your subscription. So hopefully, if you're not a subscriber, you'll consider, again, $70 for a full year, $6.99 a month. And for free, you can hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. We'd love to have you on there as well. So have a great rest of your evening. Enjoy your President's Day holiday tomorrow. And again, we'll have a full story talking about Marcus Shaver Jr. He was bickering a little bit with his teammates and was bickering with the refs and came out of the game and sat there and was kind of steaming a little bit. And then when he went back in, he was a big factor down the stretch and made those big free throws. So I'm going to write about Marcus Shaver Jr. at BroncoNationNews.com. So thanks again to Colin, and thanks again to all of you. Have a great rest of your night. Oh, I got one more thing I got to say. If you're going to Vegas, before, and we already had lost a lot of people because I knew I was saying it and they knew I was signing off. But if you are going to Vegas and you want to stay at Circa, I can get you the coupon. You have to message me on Twitter or email me, Rains@BroncoNationNews.com. I can get you 25% off and no resort fee. 25% off and no resort fee if you want to stay at Circa. And it is pretty expensive for the weekend. So here's what I recommend. If you're coming in on Tuesday or Wednesday night and Thursday night are pretty cheap. It's like $100 a night, and you get 25% off and no resort fee. So we're doing the party on Wednesday night. Help us out. Stay at Circa for a couple nights, Wednesday and Thursday. Check it out. You can have stadium swim. You can go in the pool, watch all the games all day, enjoy it, and then go pick somewhere cheap for the rest of the weekend, on the Strip or somewhere. But I highly recommend checking out Circa. I can get you 25% off. I can get you no resort fee. There's no promo code. I just take your name and let them know, and they'll be in contact with you. It's real easy. So if you're wanting to stay at Circa and check it out, there's never going to be a better option. $75 a night. This is a $300 or $400 night, usually for their hotel. So it's one of the nicest in town. They got the stadium swim, the largest sports book in the world. So tell your friends, I can get you a deal. It is like $300 or $400 on the weekend. So that's why I'm saying maybe just come stay Wednesday and Thursday earlier in the week and then go find somewhere cheaper for the weekend. But Circa, if you already have reservations or you're in town, please join us Wednesday for the party, 7 to 9. We're just going to have some drinks, hang out, talk BSU, maybe give away some stuff. So it should be a lot of fun. We hope to see some of you on Wednesday, March 8th, 7 to 9. And again, if you want to stay at Circa, I can hook you up with 25% off and no resort fees. Just send me an email or a message and I'll hook you up. So have a great rest of your night. We'll talk to you later. Broncos win this one 73-69. Boise State remains one game back of San Diego State for first place. It's getting fun. 4 games to go, and we'll have you covered at Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com. Good night, everybody.